Good day, everyone. We are thrilled to present part 4 of our series dedicated to establishing transactional replication in an always-on availability group. In this episode, we will focus on resetting the distributor password for the current distributor to facilitate the addition of new servers to existing distributor and publisher. It's important to highlight that this step is unnecessary if the distributor password is already known to you. Typically, the inclusion of new servers or nodes into existing configuration is undertaken for maintenance purposes or when phasing out old servers, making it quite common to encounter situations where the distributor password has been forgotten. This video targets those who find themselves in this scenario needing to reset their forgotten distributor password. Let's get started. We'll be utilizing this particular environment. We know that dis1, dis2, pub1, pub2, and sub1 and sub2 is a fully functional, always-on availability group. And also, like, you have transactional replication working fine. Yeah. So in previous videos, we have added DAS3 and PUB3 to the distributor and publisher cluster respectively. And also we have configured the quorum. So in this video, what we are going to do is like we will be adding these servers into the distributor and publisher as far as the transactional replication is concerned, and also add these to always-on availability group in forthcoming videos. And in order to do that in the future scenario, right now what we need to do is, like, in order to add a dis3 into the distributor group that is onto the cluster as far as the distributor server is concerned, in order to add this DIS3 also as a distributor to the existing dis1 and dis2 distributor, we need to know the password, like what password that was utilized at the initial phase when we created this replication. We need that password for adding the dis3 to the existing setup. Yep. Even though I know the password, there will be scenarios, as I discussed earlier, where most of the people might not be remembering that password. So just in order to do that, in order to mimic that situation, I would make sure, like, I forget the password, and then I will reset this password, and then I will go ahead with this. Yeah. So this video is just for resetting the distributor password, and then in the forthcoming videos we will discuss about adding dis3. Okay. So I'm going to use stored procedure called sp_change distributor password. Now let's look at the documentation here. If we look at the documentation, the most important thing that we need to note is that if the distribution or publisher database is in an availability group, then it needs to be run on all the distributor and publisher nodes. Yeah. So and the main point here is, like, it doesn't matter if the node is primary or secondary. So what we need to understand is, like, this particular command, what we need to do is, like, since our setup is in always on availability group, we need to run this command on all the nodes as far as distributor and publisher is concerned. Let's go to the distributor server first, and then if you see here, I'm using this command. I'm using the password. This is my password. Again, this is not a production server, so I'm using this password just to remember it. But in production environment, make sure you are using a very strong password. Yeah. So let me go ahead and execute this query. I'm on the distributor server primary replica. Yeah. Let's go ahead and execute it. So it is executed. Now I'm going to execute that on the secondary of the distributor server. Let's go ahead and execute it. So now it is done on the distributor server. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing on the publisher. Okay, on the publisher primary, I'm going to execute this command. Note that I have the same password. Yeah, so you need to have the same password. So on the publisher secondary also, I'm going to run this command, and it is completed. Now that we have reset the password, I think it's a high time we need to use the same password and then add the nodes that the dist3 to add to the distributor. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.